Yahaya Faruq was posted to Ikuru Town, Andoni local government, Rivers State, and he is missing. Let us talk about his sudden disappearance. This life. You see, NYSC is really a serious risk. Before your child goes for NYSC, I think we need to do extra prayer for God to take them and bring them back safely, because a lot happens during this NYSC. Guys, let's listen to this story very well. He vanished on the 14th of October 2024 without a trace. As at today, nobody has even heard one word about him or his family, at least knowing where this guy is. This is one of the strangest things to happen. They said on the 15th of October, the principal of the school where he's doing his primary assignment saw some strange guys come in to bring his phone and his school bag, and all the properties they brought belonged to Mr. Faruq, Yahaya Faruq. So the questions began to pour in. How did you get this bag? Where are you coming from? Where is the owner of the property? They couldn't account for the guy. It's just the properties they brought. So immediately those properties were brought to the principal of the school. The guys who brought it said they didn't know where he went to. And the principal now had to lodge a complaint, an official complaint with the police in Ikure. And when they got there, they discovered that aside the fact this guy was doing NYSC, he also was working in a Chinese mining company as a part-time job. So when they discovered that, they decided to visit the office, the Chinese mining company, and got there and discovered that yes, by 4 p.m. the guy had clocked into the office, but he did not clock out. So they began to ask for answers from the managing director of the company. He admitted that yes, he's the one that hired this Mr. Faruq Yahaya. He said he employed him as a casual worker, which he did not explain further what the casual worker will be doing in the company. So in that case, it didn't include that he will be operating machines. So there were other things he needed to be doing in the mining company. The managing director also told them that he was not aware that the guy was an NYSC guy. Like, he didn't know he was serving the nation, as at the time he gave him this employment to be a casual worker. And because he resumes his work from 4 p.m. till midnight, their mind didn't go there that anything may have gone wrong with him. While he was on a night shift, they also had a site manager who was with him at the point of his disappearance. So they've asked him what exactly happened to Faruq Yahaya. And the site manager said that around 9 p.m. Faruq and two guys unnamed came to the office and took Faruq out, and Faruq never came back. Like, they took him out of the company premises and Faruq never returned to the company. But it's fishy, because the first manager said they have checked their record to see that Faruq clicked in but did not click out. The machine will show. So, well, that is where the whole story is becoming more interesting. And the site manager made it look like when the people came, Faruq was like, guy, what's up? And he followed them. He didn't make it look like he struggled or anything, whether there was danger or anything. He just talked about it casually, like they just came and he joined them and left. Because the funny thing is that he left his bag, his phone, and every other property. So there was something really fishy. So till now, the police had not been able to find this guy to at least ascertain whether it's a kidnap case or a missing person kind of thing. And that was why we don't know if the reason why they brought his properties back to the place of his assignment, like where he's serving, could be that it's a ploy to confuse the investigation or what. Nobody knows, because he has not been able to contact anybody, and some people are saying it may be a case of kidnap. So at least if it is a case of kidnap, they should be able to call people to ask for ransom, or maybe call this phone for people to pick. Nobody has seen his body anywhere, so it was a great concern around the school premises. So the police had to arrest 4 people who were on duty with him, and the other people were not, part of the whole thing. Because the police also believes that the Koreatown community members may have been the one who kidnapped this guy. So right now, they are still trailing to see this is where the whole story became more interesting. Another thing people are suspecting, because there are so many theories happening, they are suspecting that it's either the Chinese company unalived, maybe while they were working there, they had a disagreement and unalived him, or he maybe have had injury during the produce, or maybe during production, and he was unalived, and because they don't want to pay the damages or face legal action, that was why they sent those people to go drop his clothing, his phone and everything in the place of assignment, where the school where he was currently teaching in the morning. Then in the evening he went to his side hustle. People are also of the opinion that they suspect the Chinese company, because remember I mentioned that the guy clicked in and never clicked out. So how did he get missing? There was record that he clicked in but no record of him clicking out. Some people have been of the opinion that maybe some Ikwere boys who thought they should be the ones having that position got envious of him and decided to unalive him, which is not even correct. It is not common in that area. So let us see how this whole story unfolds. You see, the name Faruq Yahaya doesn't sound Rivers, so of course it's easier for them to know that he was employed without them considering their locality to employ them. They brought a visitor to employ, and this guy happens to come from Edo State. Because he's Muslim, that's why he's bearing the name Yahaya Faruq. So far the police are trying to see how they can get justice or find who knows what really happened to this guy. But the community people have been, making the whole investigation very, very difficult. But we know we'll get to the end of this story somehow. So now everybody is wondering, why are they playing politics? Why are they trying to hide his whereabouts? If he's been unalive, they should talk about it. But how can, my own is, how can someone go to a company where somebody works and picks the person without your knowledge? Or are they trying to say that they unalived him in the company, then invited people to come with the bike and pick him up around 9 to go and drop his body somewhere? Nobody knows. But I am asking those questions because we know how criminal-minded people can think. They can do and undo. So could it be that they did that to him? Because if somebody is in a company where he works and he's coming out to even say, okay, people came to see him, at least he will clock out. But in this case, he did not clock out. Could it be that it's because because he walks into the night? Could it be that that's the reason why he did not clock out? Could it be that the people came to pick him for them to go and do a shady job? Nobody knows what exactly happened to this guy. So there are so many theories about what may have happened to him. Could it be that? Could it be this? So now people are saying he should have just stayed with his NYSC stuff without going to do another side hustle. But you guys already know how things are. Nobody can really survive just survive like that with the stipends they are paying them. How much is their money? How much is their alawi? It's not up to 100k. And you think it will be easy for him to survive without having other things side hustle is doing. So basically that's not the right thing for people to say about this young man, because he may have family members that he's also supporting. We know how the African culture is, where you no matter how, once you are big, very soon a lot of people will have to stop their children from going for NYSC, because in those days when you see an NYSC person, somebody who is serving the country wearing NYSC, they take them on rides for free. Like you pick them from point A to point B free. They don't charge them. So all of a sudden now NYSC people are no longer safe. They used to be the safest people that they can go to anywhere and nobody will hurt them. So if this is how they will do, which means they will definitely scrap this. I strongly believe, even though people are of the opinion that it could be that maybe they heard that as a youth copper they are going to retain him in that company, so they decided to plan and unalive him, which I know is a lie. I feel that the Chinese company know exactly. You don't know Chinese. They know exactly what happened to that guy, but they don't want to come forward, because they know if they come forward, they will pay a lot of damages. If they come forward, they will go in for it. So the thing is, they had better say the truth, because if they really find out that they are the ones involved in this Faruq Yahaya's case, they will face the consequences. So, and that it will even, get to them closing down that place. They should better start speaking the truth, because these boys, Death will not just go like that. They must find out the root cause of what happened and where the guy is. They should do that. It's really sad.